What's up, everybody? Back with another video, and this video I've been wanting to make for a while now. I just haven't got around to it. But but yeah, I'm gonna make it now, and I'm gonna talk about my side of what was going on a couple of months back, and well, just recently too, But I'll talk about that. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video to talk about it, and and just to say my side and say what I feel, what I'm saying, because I've tried to talk to those other individuals, and it's just like everything I was saying was just a lie and stuff. I invited them over, and I was talking to them, trying to tell them how I felt, and how they made me feel and shit with everything that went on. But I mean, when I did it, it was just like, oh, like I was lying. Basically, to them, I was lying about everything to them. None of that ever happened and all that. So I'm just gonna make this video, for me, and obviously y'all gonna be watching it, so y'all just take it how y'all want, and this is how narcissistic people act and stuff, and well, yeah, but it started with me being with the woman I am with now, and whenever I met her through work, and whenever we met, we started talking, we started going out and stuff, it was cool at first, nobody was saying anything. The only one that said something was one of my aunts, that she didn't want me with her and all this stuff. But I said, well, I mean, it's not you, it's me, and if I want to talk to her, I'm gonna talk to her. So I did anyways. And yeah, we went good. We had a lot more in common than I thought. And we just really like vibed and really clicked and shit. And once that started happening and it started getting more serious and stuff, my family, they didn't like that, because obviously they didn't want me with her. And it's like, to me, it's like, well, I'm gonna be with whoever I want to be with, and I'm gonna be around whoever I want to be with. I'm gonna always do what I want, and I've always done what I want, you know, to a certain point, because it's always been like, oh, like, like them making me feel like I ain't shit, and like, we can never do shit since I was little, Never got that type of fatherly love from my dad, and never had a mother like that. I got even to the point where I was sick, and when I was little, I was sick. And my grandma was sitting there taking care of me. My grandma was the only one that ever fucking took care of me like that, not even my mom, And it sucked, seeing that my mom would take care of my brother more than me, and my dad would worry about my sister more than me. But I never said anything. I left it like that. It was all up until, I moved out and I started realizing shit, and I was like, what the fuck, like, pues no está bien eso, so I'm gonna just keep my distance, and I'm gonna do me and just be with my family, which is the people that I live with. And I'm gonna just be with my family here, and just focus on my shit and just do my shit. And I did, and I have, and I am. And it's just, but like, at first, when I first moved out, it was like going around my family and stuff. Like, we were there, but it's like they would make an ugly face to my wife, and they would talk shit and say things that, like, you know, like, they shouldn't have said, and done things they shouldn't have done. And it's like, obviously, if she don't feel welcome, I'm not gonna go, and I'm not gonna fucking force her to be around my family. I just ain't like that. And so we nos alejamos de la familia and stuff and all that shit, and it's just been me and her, and her kids and stuff. And so whenever all that happened, my mom was all like, oh, well, talking shit to me, telling me why am I choosing her over my family. And I told her, well, because that's who I'm with, and that's who I want to be with. And if y'all can't accept her, then I'm not going to be around y'all. Because, I mean, I just ain't like that. It's not going to be like, oh, okay, well, they don't accept you, so you can't come over, but I could be over. Like, it ain't going to be like that. And then, it got to the point where my aunt started butting in, which they never should have in the first place. And they were acting different with me, being different with me, not talking to me, being a certain way, just because I was with someone they didn't like, and I was defending someone they didn't like. And it got to the point where one time I was at my grandma's, and I had a birthday there, and my girl went over, and we were not living together yet. We were just like talking, and we are getting serious. And when that happened, it's like we were there, and and then they were making ugly faces at her. They didn't say hi to her. They didn't talk to her, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, they never acted like this before. And it was like now that I'm with someone who I want, and they don't like or they don't agree with who I'm with, they're gonna act a certain way and give her like a certain ugly face and like, ugh, like why is she here? And it's like, no, you ain't finna do that. So when I was leaving, they didn't say bye to her. Only one of them did, but she barely did. She was just like, oh, like bye, like whatever, from like afar, like not even wanting to like talk or nothing, like just muy a huevo. Y mi otra tía la miró ahí, and they used to work together. They used to be friends and stuff like that. And that all fucked up, by the way, because I was with her and I started being with her, so they started being different and being like asses to her and stuff. So we're leaving and she didn't say nothing. I was like, hey, say bye, don't be rude. And she got all red and mad, and my grandma was like, what the fuck? Because I never said anything. I've never stood up for anyone like I am now. And I did, and she was just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, nah, like, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be like that. I'm gonna speak up for her and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be different because, I really fuck with her. And that happened, so they said bye or whatever. And then a couple days later, they had invited us over, and I didn't want to go because I already knew they'd be in a certain way. And every time I would go, they would talk shit to me, saying that I shouldn't be with her and that I should be with somebody that I'm happy with and all that. And I've been telling, and I'm like, I'm happy, like this is me, like I want to be with her, I'm happy with her. So like, why can't y'all just be happy for me? And if y'all ain't gonna be happy for me, well then I ain't gonna be around y'all. And they were like, oh no, we are this and that. My parents were like, man, fuck them, we're not gonna be around them. Whenever you come over, it's just us and this and that. And I was like, all right, that's cool. So it was like that for a while, but then it got to the point where I wasn't going to the parties anymore. And my mom didn't like that. My mom wanted me there, and my mom wanted us around. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that because you already treat her different, and I'm not gonna force her to go. And then if she's not welcome there, then I'm not going either. Yeah, and then I started doing that, and then started acting different. My mom started calling me, texting me, talking shit, saying that this isn't my family, that why am I with her, that I'm trying to be a part of something that's not mine and shit like that. And I told her like, like what the fuck, like don't text me that shit, and I'm not gonna talk to you, and I don't want you in my life if it's gonna be like that. Cause she's chosen her sisters over me, and that's cool. Like I ain't tripping. Like, but just don't expect me to be texting you and talking to you. I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm never gonna talk to you again. Cause you chose your family over me. You never treated me like your son. You always gave me nothing and was never there for me. And I don't mean material shit. Like I don't care about that. I'm talking about being there for me. Talking to me. Being a mom. And she was never that. My grandma was the only one that ever showed me motherly love. And I'm being real on that. And I've told them and I've talked to them, and they just say, no, that never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. That ain't true. This and that. And I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, it is true. I remember everybody knows, like, but they all deny it. They say that I'm lying and that I'm crazy, and they try to make it seem like I'm crazy. Well, yeah, me and my mom, we got an argument. We talked shit to each other, and I've told my mom, like, well, you're not my mom, and I don't want you in my life. And my dad gets offended and gets mad, and, my dad has been a certain way with me, too. He's never been, like, there as a father, like, trying to show me how to be a man and stuff. I've, kind of had to learn all that on my own. And I have, and it's been hard and shit, but anybody can do it, and all you gotta do is, have your mind right. And good thing I've had somebody by my side that supports me and loves me for me and tries to help me in any way she can, and she has, and I appreciate it for that. And like the way my family's been with me, like they've turned everybody. Basically, my mom's turned everybody against me. Just the other day, my mom came over, and I was talking to her, saying the same thing I'm saying on this camera to her, that they weren't there for me, that she had kicked me out. My mom had kicked me out the house a couple of times because she was saying that I was like smoking and stuff like that, and which I was, but like I wasn't being no disrespectful way or doing it in a disrespectful way or stealing from them or doing anything. I wasn't doing anything to them. I was just doing me. And she had kicked me out uh the house because of that. And I told her, I'm like, oh, that hurt me too, that you kicked me out, and this is the reason why I don't want you in my life, because you've never been a mother to me. You've kicked me out. You never like shown me any type of love or try to talk to me or try to understand me. And the minute I do what I want and I'm with who I want, y'all want to act ugly with me. Y'all want to be different. Y'all want to talk down on me, talk shit to me, make me feel a certain type of way. And I'm like, nah, it ain't finna be like that. And if it's gonna be like that, well, you're not gonna be in my life. And that's how it's been. And so she came over the other day and with my dad, and I talked to him, and I tried to say the same thing I just said right now. But to them, it was like, oh no, that never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. I don't know who's putting all that in your head. And I was like, okay, well, I just want you to know that, I feel that way. And just because I feel that way, I don't fuck with you. I forgive you for everything you've done. I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you, you know? But just know you're never going to be in my life again. I'm never going to talk to you, nothing like that. I'm just distancing myself and be away from that because I don't want to be around that. And I'm not going to allow that in my life. I'm valuing myself and I'm valuing my feelings. And I'm learning that I don't have to keep certain people in my life just because they're family and their blood doesn't mean they have to be in my life. They're sometimes family is the one that does you the worst, and they have. And now that I know that, I'm gonna separate myself from that, and I'm doing my own thing, and I'm getting my shit together. And I'm doing good for myself, and I've been doing good for myself. And I talked to them, and I told them, and it was just like they're trying to make me seem like I'm crazy, and I can't do this, and I can't do that. And then she went to my dad and told him that I was cussing at them and telling them stuff and saying that I don't believe in God, and over there and told them stuff. And they were calling me saying that, oh, that I'm gonna call the cops on you, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna call the cops on your girlfriend and say that if something happens to you, she's gonna get in trouble and stuff. And I told them and I called them, I'm like, y'all don't even know what's going on. Y'all hearing one side of the story. Instead of y'all calling me and saying, hey, well, what happened? Your mom was saying this and that, what's going on or what? No, they called me and they started threatening my wife and saying that they're gonna call the cops on her and tell her stuff, and they don't want me with her and all this stuff. And obviously me as a man, I'm gonna stand up for her. And I told them, I'm like, okay, well, y'all want to play those cards? Y'all want to threaten my wife with the cops and stuff like that? Y'all call my phone. Y'all keep calling my phone. I'm gonna press charges on y'all, and I'm gonna call the cops on y'all since y'all want to play that game. And they were like, oh no, don't worry about it. We're not gonna talk to you no more. And we haven't talked no more. And we haven't, and that's fine. I'm not mad at that. I don't care. Like, I really don't. It's just stupid that just cause I'm telling my mom like, oh, how you made me feel, how you were to me, that you were never a good mother, or my dad was never a father to me. And when I say a father, I mean like sat down and say, "Hey, son, you good? You're all right. Why are you doing this, or what's going on with this, or what do you feel? Why can't you feel like you can't do this or that, or what's going on? Talk to me. I want to know." I never had that conversation with my dad. I never once sat down with my dad and my dad sit there and talk to me and ask me, what's going on, or how's your life, or what you doing, or what do you plan on doing? What do you want to do? What do you want? And no, it's like it's been like, okay, I tell them what I want and when I want to try, and then it's like when I did that, it's like, oh no, you're not gonna make money off that, or why you want to do that, or don't do that, it's not worth it. And it's like I've learned that was never a way to be with your son. You're not supposed to be that way. You're supposed to support them and love them, and whatever it is they want to do, just apoyalos, and that's all you gotta do. Like, if it's fucking selling newspaper on the street and they want to do that and that's what makes them happy, all right, just support them. You don't have to make them talk down on them and say, oh, you're never gonna have this because you do this or that. Like, that ain't the way to do it, bro. And whenever your son realizes a lot and starts telling y'all, this is why you aren't in my life, because y'all have never been a father or mother to me, and y'all have always just put me down and never cared about anything that's fucking happened to me. And the moment I've done that, and I've told them I don't want them in my lives, oh, I'm crazy now. I'm this, I'm that, and my mom calls up everybody from my family, saying that I talked shit to her, that I made her feel like I called her a bad mom and all this stuff. And I'm like, I didn't say that. I just said, like, you were never a mother to me, and because of that, You're not in my life. And basically, she just turned everybody against me and made me seem like I'm an ungrateful child, and I don't appreciate what they've done and all this stuff. And it's like my parents have never done anything for me. My grandparents are the ones that always been there for me, helped me, and like loved me like if I was their son. And even at that, like they never once said, "Oh, I'm gonna tell." My grandma never once said, "Oh, I'm gonna tell your mom, she's wrong. She needs to talk to you, and she needs to not be fighting with you like that." No, it was just, "Oh, somos familia, no debemos pelear," and this and that. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Y'all want to be the same way. Y'all want to act like they didn't do anything wrong and that I'm the one in the wrong just because that's my mom. It's cool. Then I'm not gonna talk to y'all either. And well, I just distanced myself from my family, and I haven't talked to them, and I haven't been around them, and they haven't seen me in a while. The only person I do talk to is my dad, and that's just because, you know, my dad's never disrespected me in any way. He's never been any type of way towards me. He's just, he just talks to me and texts me, and that's all it is. But it's never like, "Oh, you good?" or "How's your life?" or "How's this going for you?" or that. It's still not that. It's just, "How are you?" And I say, "Good." "Oh, good. I love you." And that's all. That's literally our text. And that's like, I don't know, but if I had a son, I would be like different. I would tell him, "I know you're wrong. That's our son. This and that." But I mean, it doesn't hurt me, and it doesn't make me feel no type of way. And I don't hate nobody or anybody that's talked down on me. And I know everybody talks, everybody says that I'm ungrateful and stuff. The whole family knows only one side of the story. And it's like my aunts have been a certain way with me, my mom, my dad, my grandparents, and it's all because they don't like who I'm with and they don't accept that I defend her. I've distanced myself, and because of that, my mom has turned everyone against me and talked shit about me to everybody and said that I'm ungrateful and that I just talk shit to her and all this stuff, and it's not true. Like, I just wanted to say my side of the story and just say that, like they've hurt me in a lot of ways. They've made me feel like I was never nothing, that I could never do nothing, that just because I dropped out, I was never gonna be nothing. And now, like, being away from that and being away from them, like, I realize that I don't need yo no necesito el apoyo de mi familia para nada. Yo he hecho todo y I've done everything on my own without them even being here and supporting me in anything. And I've done everything on my own. I made it through a lot of shit with no money, with nothing. All you gotta do is just believe in yourself and just push yourself. You don't need nobody's fucking. No necesitas apoyo de nadie, nomás de ti mismo. And I have that now, and I love myself, and I value myself. And it's like, now that I do, I'm not gonna let nobody treat me like how I was treated before by my own family, my own blood. And the funny thing is that now that I'm this way, my family don't like me. No one talks to me. The other day, like a couple, I'll say months, I talked to my brother and we were talking, and I told him, you can call me, because they tell him, my mom tells him, "Oh, that you can't talk to him because his girl, if you answer, or y'all can't go over there because of this or that." I told him, I've said, I talked to my brother, and I even told him, like, "Hey, bro, like, you ever need anything, you never need to talk to somebody, I'm here. You need something, whatever it is you need, I'm here. All you gotta do is call me." And the phone works both ways. I've called him and I've told him that without having to for him to text me or anything. And then, we talked, and he's like, "All right, yeah, that's cool, this and that." But I haven't heard from him at all anymore, and nor my sister. And my sister is like, I don't talk to her because she disrespected my wife and she called her out of her name and she said stuff, and I'm not gonna talk to you because of that. And it's never gonna be like that. Like, your relationship and the bridges, they're like never gonna be back and never gonna be the same. And it's like all they want, just with the sorry, they wanted to be like, "Okay, yeah, no pasó nada, just leave it alone," and that's it. And that's all they wanted me and her to be. And it's like, no, it's not like that. Like, bro, like, y'all were a certain way, y'all said certain things, y'all talk shit, literally called us out of our name, me that I'm their son, they said stuff to me and put me down and fucking disrespected me in a lot of ways and saying that this ain't my family, that this is somebody else's family, that they don't know what I'm doing here, that I ain't shit, that I'm never gonna be shit, stuff like that. And it's like okay, y'all want to be like that, y'all say sorry, I forgive y'all, but don't expect me to be with y'all ever again or around y'all ever again, because I'm not. I don't see y'all the same, and I never will. And it's like, my mom went and ran her mouth to everybody in my family saying that I'm ungrateful and that I'm not, that I've been rude and mean to them and I don't appreciate anything. I appreciate everything everybody's done for me. But just because y'all done things to me doesn't mean I owe y'all anything. I don't owe nobody shit. And, I don't owe nobody nothing. And just because y'all done things for me doesn't mean y'all can disrespect me in the way y'all did. And y'all never will ever get that again. And y'all never will have a son like y'all did before. I'm not that person, and I've changed so much, and I love who I am now. I am myself, and I am me, and I value myself, and that's all it's about. I mean, you're not just because they're family don't mean you gotta be stuck to them and be. Oh, they can talk to me however, say whatever, but as long as they say sorry, it's cool. It ain't like that, and it doesn't have to be like that. All you gotta do is, just be like, all right, well, y'all were a certain way, y'all talked to me a certain way, y'all made me feel a certain way. I'm gonna let y'all know what y'all did. And if y'all want to deny it and say y'all didn't, that's cool. But just know that that's the reason why I would never be around y'all, never be with y'all, and never see y'all as a family again. And yeah, I just wanted to make this video and just let everybody know, my side of the story. And it's just, it's a lot of bullshit. But at the end of the day, I already moved on from it. I'm done with it. I just wanted to address it. I've been wanting to, and now I finally have. And yeah, So just, leave a like on the video, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.